I think we're all a little bit autistic, aren't we? Every time I do a video about autism, ADHD, anything SEN related, because the audiences are getting bigger, the same comments keep showing up. We're all a little bit on the spectrum. Why does everyone need a label? Why does everyone have to be put into a box? My personal favourite is, well, I do that and I'm fine. And I'm like, you think you're fine? Let's talk about this properly. For me, labels aren't about forcing everyone into a box. They're about making sure the right people get the right support. A diagnosis is not a personality test, it's a key. And that key unlocks services, adaptations, protections, and understanding. If we look at the older generations, so many autistic people were dismissed as odd, lazy, difficult, rude, and so many ADHD adults were labelled naughty, unmotivated, and lots actually misdiagnosed as manic depressive. People have been misdiagnosed, medicated incorrectly, or completely unsupported. And that weren't because there was nothing wrong with them. It's actually because nobody recognised what was wrong. Now, there's lots of evidence to show that earlier a child is identified and supported, the better their mental health, their confidence, education, and their independence later on in life. It reduces anxiety, prevents trauma, and ultimately just improves the outcomes. And it gives them a pathway that actually fits their brain, not one that they're forced into. Yes, people are going to recognise individual traits. Everybody forgets things sometimes. Most people like routine, and everyone can get overwhelmed from time to time. But I'm not saying by having one of these identifiable traits, automatically you're autistic or you're ADHD. Actually, the traits are about patterns, the intensity of that trait, how that trait impacts on your day-to-day life, and ultimately neurology, not the occasional moment. And honestly, from my experience, my knowledge and my understanding, a lot of people who say, I've done that my whole life and I'm fine, are usually the ones who have masked, struggled, burnt out, or just pushed on through life without any support. And they're not proving that the label is unnecessary. In my opinion, they're proving exactly why it's needed. So to sum up, I'm not sat here trying to label everybody and put everybody into a box. I'm here trying to ensure that every child and every adult who does need support don't slip through the cracks. Because ultimately a label doesn't change who somebody is, but it could give them the support they need and it could explain the reasons why.